What's happening, everybody? I'm just getting myself together this morning. I've been up for a while. It's a little after 9 right now, and just been spending time reflecting, having my breakfast. This is how I'll start my day. And I've just been noticing how my sciatic pain has been acting up more. I mean, it's bad. Like when I first get up, it's crippling. I'm limping. I can't put pressure on my left leg because my buttocks, perimorphous muscle, my butt is killing me. And since I've been in the basement, I've had to increase the amount of Tylenol and ibuprofen that I take, which I don't like, but I understand that this is a byproduct of my root chakra being blocked and needing to work on it, because your root chakra is all about your stability and feeling grounded. And so because I know I'm working on my stability right now, because I still have to find somewhere to stay, and I'm taking steps towards, I'm taking steps towards rebuilding myself. And I know that I don't have, a lot of time. Like, I don't have, all the time in the world to be down here. It's an issue of stability for me. And that area in my body is my root chakra area. And again, I understand why I'm having increased pain is because energetically it is tied to my stability, being rooted and feeling grounded, which I'm having a hard time with right now. So I decided, one of the things that I can do, or anyone, when you're dealing with unblocking your root chakra, is working on your finances, which I'm doing because I'm going through the process of getting things eradicated from my credit history, my credit report. Also, my nutrition. But I do have to work on eating better. But a lot of that goes into my sense of feeling safe. I can't go into any details with that. The other part is feeling a sense of stability. So I need to ground myself. I need to go outside, and the park is like right around the corner. I need to go outside and just kind of ground myself by standing barefoot in the grass and doing some breathing work to help center myself, ground myself, and do my visualization, because I can't keep doing this. And I don't know how many people out there have actually faced homelessness. It's a process. For me, it has been a process, and it's not always as easy to rebuild yourself as, well, for me it hasn't been. Um, I'm also looking at my choices that I've been making, and just the fact that I've trusted so many people that have in turn caused things to not be so good for me on one hand. On one hand, it's been helpful, but then on the other hand, it has not been. Initially, when I made my first move out to Vegas to stay with a cousin, I was told that I would have, you know, a decent amount of time for the term of the lease, which they had 15 months. And I would have, at least a year to get myself together, get on my feet. I was not rushed the first month when I was there to get a job, which I went up against my better judgment because I am the kind of person that normally will jump right on trying to do things. And my cousin was like, take your time. You've been through a lot, and instead of me jumping on looking for a place, I didn't do that. I should have, because it took me 2 months to land a job, and I was out there for 6 months, and I only was able to work for the last 3 months that I was there, and got hit with the news that I was going to have to leave. And it was kind of frustrating because I trusted that I was going to have somewhere secure to stay for at least a year. And that changed. Like, it almost felt like overnight, where I then had a week to get myself together and to find somewhere to stay. That bothered me because I trusted my cousin, I trusted the situation, and I guess, I shouldn't have. Then I left there and ended up staying with a friend in Florida that did not pan out well because she was all about money, and I ended up having to give her money that I really could not afford to give her, within the first week of me being there, because for whatever reason, she just felt like I had it like that. And I didn't. That didn't work out well, and I actually tried to be a person of my word. I stayed with her in her place for a year because I told her that I would stay with her at least for a year to help out, to pay half of the rent. She got an attitude with me, like I lost 2 jobs while I was there. She lost 2 jobs while she was there, but I felt like her energy was rubbing off on me because I never lost a job in my life. She lost her jobs first, and then as a result, it felt like I lost my jobs. So it took a minute, before I was able to get another job. A couple months it took. 2 months, 3 months, 2. During that time, I was still doing what I could to help pay on the electric bill, even though I wasn't spending a lot of time there. I was seeing someone and was spending the majority of my time at that person's place for like 2 months. Came back the 3rd month. By that 4th month, I had started working. So October, November, I was staying with that other person. December, I came back to the house. by January, I was working. Just the job that I ended up getting, the process was so fucked up because the people were not doing their job to, they were putting a lot of the responsibility of what needed to be done on me, which it shouldn't have been, because I'm like, this is your job. You're supposed to be doing all this background stuff, getting the information that you need for my schooling education, for the history of, jobs and stuff like that. Like, it was ridiculous. They just weren't very efficient. Needless to say, I did get the job. But the person that I was staying with pretty much threatened me with needing to have a plan B because I was making it harder on her when it came to the living situation. I'm thinking, I get it, but a part of me, like, I'm not even here, and I'm still trying to find ways of giving you money to help out your situation. Like, basically, you're supposed to be helping my situation, and I told you that I would help you as much as I could. And because I happen to have lost my job, I'm being as supportive as I possibly can. And I'm telling you that even when it comes down to it, when you lost your jobs, that I would do what I needed to do to help, to make sure and manage, that we would be in here and still have a place. But then when I lost my job, it was not that same reciprocated energy. It was, you better find somewhere to be, or make sure that you got some money, or else you can get out. And I'm just like, wow, this is, people can be really fucked up. So my birthday weekend, I move out, and she was upset because she wanted to be there. And I was like, I'm not waiting for the weekend for you, for me to move my shit out, just because you are feeling some type of way about making sure that I don't break nothing in here. Like, I'm not that kind of person. I'm not vindictive like that. And I'm going to make sure I only take my stuff. I don't want none of your stuff. Like, I don't know what people be thinking. Like, when you see me or come across me, like, I understand that everybody has had people in their life, that has possibly done them dirty, but there have to be some people in your life that you understand are just decent, genuine people at heart. Like, everybody in the world is not that fucking cruel. And so it just bothers me, when I allow people to see me for who I am, and you just still have this fucked up idea of the kind of individual that I am, and put all your bullshit on me. I just don't care for that. So, I end up moving out on my birthday weekend. End up staying with a friend. And me and this person are no longer friends anymore, the girl that I was staying with. She gets an attitude because I didn't give her money to pay half of the electric bill, even though I gave her the other half of the rent that she would need for the following month, and I wasn't even going to be there. Go figure. I didn't have to give her that. And the money that I gave her for the rent was more than what the money would have been for the electric bill. But you mean to tell me that you couldn't manage the electric bill? And you're looking for both the electric and the rent? I should have just gave her the money for the electric bill and stuck her with having to pay the rent all on her own. But I didn't want to do that to her because I felt like that would be cruel. For her, to hear from me within a couple of days that I'm moving out, and knowing that she would be dependent on me for the other half of the rent and not have it, and put her in a bad situation, and then also have to make sure that she had to pay that electric bill. So it's like, go figure. But again, I'm not a vindictive person. So I wasn't making that much, And I felt like she was trying to take every last thing that I had, and she was making more than me. So it was challenging for me to be able to even save anything, because during the time that I was working, the money that I saved, I was giving to her during the months that I was not working. So I basically I didn't have anything. I lost all the money that I saved up, which wasn't much. And I don't know what she was thinking, that I must just have thousands of dollars saved up. No, bitch. I don't. I just know how to manage my money a little bit better than you do, because you're so fucking maxed out on all your damn credit cards. But I was able to still give her something, to help out during that time. And still, needed to do things for myself. Moved out, ended up staying with the other girlfriend. Stayed there only for 6 months. Was really not able to save what I would have liked either, because of that situation. Then ended up staying with someone else. And, everywhere that I went, I had to pay something, which I understand. There's no free rides. So where I am now, I'm able to be here without paying rent, which for the first time has been a help for me. The only problem has been my credit sucks, and it's taken me a while to land a job. But I got a couple jobs, but they just didn't work out. So the third job that I got, that I started at the end of May, is my mainstay. In this place, I actually I interviewed for them before another position, and I should have interviewed for 2 positions instead of just the one, but I didn't realize that they didn't have another position available, which is the position that I'm in now. Which I think they did have a position open at that time, and I didn't realize it. But needless to say, I am working at the place that I wanted to work at, and now, it's just a matter of the time frame that I have, because my friend's daughter is here, and this is his space. And, again, I'm here trying to get myself together. And I'm doing what I need to do to take care of my credit, to build my credit score, which that's taking a little bit of time for me, but I'm doing it. And I'm just ready to be in my own place. And because I know that my time is limited, all of that, is having an effect on me emotionally, which then is impacting my body physically, causing my sciatic pain to act up more. And I'm just being challenged with the ability of having the feeling of stability without actually having it. This is, I just need to do what I need to do. So I'm going to go to the park and do some grounding work, recenter myself, because this pain needs to go away. It needs to go away, like yesterday. It is crippling. When people talk about dealing with certain things, like I understand where people can be like, I don't understand how, it's taking you so long to get on your feet, but just the decisions that I've made, trying to trust people, and I'm just trying to figure things out. I'm really trying to figure things out. And I just don't, nobody wants to go the hard way. And I feel like I may be being directed a certain way, and honestly, I don't even know if that's just the better way for me to go right now. I don't know. I don't know what options I have. Oh my gosh. I have a decent job, and I like the job. I only work 3 days out of the week. They're 12-hour shifts, but they're overnight. And I'm managing. I'm about to get a pay bump. And it hasn't even been a full 3 months yet. By the end of this month, it will be. I feel like because of the things that I've gone through, it makes me more compassionate when it comes to understanding people's situations. Because it's not always easy for everybody when it comes to rebuilding your life, because we don't always get off at the same starting point. I'm also in school trying to get my degree, one of my degrees, I'll say, which I will have by the end of October. And it's just a lot of things that I'm doing right now. I still see light at the end of the tunnel. I'm just not sure how I'm going to get there, and I don't want to get so much into trying to figure out the how, and just allowing the universe to take charge and have those things happen. But at any cost, this was basically just to talk about what you can do if you are in this position where you are feeling lower back pain. It is dealing with your root chakra. And you may be feeling a sense of instability, which means that you need to be paying more attention to how you nourish yourself, eating properly, getting the right amount of sleep, being able to sleep good. Like, this futon is not the best thing for me to sleep on. I'm going to start sleeping on the floor because the floor is more comfortable. No lie. But it is impairing my ability to be able to sleep comfortably. Grounding yourself, doing what you can when it comes to looking at your finances to assure that you have some form of financial stability. And I say that even if it is small, start somewhere. Get in the mindset or the habit of saving money. I don't care if it's a nickel a day. By the end of the week, you'll end up having more money than what you started off with if you end up just spending everything. Get into the habit of saving. Because if you're able to save a little bit when all you have is a little, you'll be able to save a lot once you start to get a lot. it'll be easier. That mindset will already be instilled in you. It's just putting it into practice. But those are the things that you can do. I know that, like I said, my root chakra is blocked right now, and I'm being challenged with certain things. So I'm gonna get myself together, go outside. Y'all might get another video from me maybe, but I'm gonna go outside, and I need to do some walking, and I'm gonna do some grounding. So y'all done got all my business. Hopefully the information though overall will end up helping you guys if you are dealing with that. Now, I'm not telling you to negate going to the doctors if you have some deeper rooted issues, but this is subsequently a way that you can kind of offset, some of those physical things that are happening with you. But it's just looking at the body as a whole. Since we are multidimensional beings, you have to look at what is going on with you spiritually, emotionally, as well as physically, and see how they all tie in together and deal with those things. So again, hopefully this helps, and y'all keep me in your vibrations, high vibrations only, and we'll talk to you next time. Be well.